What's going on, everybody? Eric Bourassa here, and today I've got my Neil Schon rockstar clothes on because Journey has released a new song, and for those of you who don't know, Journey is one of my favorite bands ever. Neil Schon is one of my favorite guitarists ever. Did I see them when they came to town a couple weeks ago? No! Was I busy having ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease or whatever it's called? Yes! Instead, we're at home learning the song. It's called You Got the Best of Me. And it's exactly what I want from Journey. This song is a lot of fun. It's a great rock song. It's got a really awesome guitar solo with lots of great notes and lots of wheedly-woos. So let's dive in. First of all, you want to tune down a half step. I guess Arnell needs those high notes. And we've got this keyboard intro that I've arranged for guitar that goes like this. Right? Something kind of like that. But then the guitar intro goes like this. Okay, cool. So I might have messed up the rhythm a little bit there, but this is a really fun thing. I think I first heard this technique in the School of Rock soundtrack when they play their big song at the end. So what we're going to do is you're going to use your index finger and your middle finger of your right hand. And what I actually do is I put my pick in between my index and my middle fingers. Nobody does this. Nobody showed me to do this. I'm just a ding-dong, and like that's just what I'm used to. You could very easily like put it in the middle finger. Anyway, I don't know how you're gonna do it, but that's how I'm gonna do it. So, and it's staccato, right? So these notes are short and sweet. So you don't want to do this. It's not that. It's this. So you're killing the notes in between each hit. So you want to practice plucking the strings and then immediately resting your fingers again. And then over time, that'll just kind of naturally speed up as you get more comfortable with it. Okay, and you can hear that in the first part, there's a delay, and you're going to hear that a lot in this song. The chords don't often change on the beat. They change after the beat or before beat one, okay, on the and of one or on the and of four. So we're gonna see that a whole lot. All right, so the verse, we're gonna have a D5 power chord and palm muting. Right, if you don't know what palm muting is, just karate chop with your picking hand, shabam, right on the bridge. Listen to the difference. Now rest my palm. If you're too far forward, it sounds yucky. Too far back, it just doesn't work at all. So you got to be right where the bridge meets the strings. Okay, so we've got... So that's the verse. Now, there's a few variations that happen throughout it, but we start with this D5, right? And we're going to do 8 hits. Well, really 9 hits. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. And then on the and of 1, in the next measure, you're going to go to this, what we would probably call an A over C sharp chord, where you're doing 4 and 7. So you accent and then immediately go into palm mute hits. And then you're going to do the same thing for A5 on the and of 1. And then in the final measure of the verse, we've got palm mute A to G5. You can sometimes resolve to open D, but there's a few times where he does a pinch harmonic on a D, and it needs to be on the 5th fret of the 5th string. Kind of like that, right? So let me play through the verse a couple times with those sort of variations. The second time through the verse, you're just going to hold the G5. And then we go to the pre-chorus, which is E5 to D over F sharp to G5 to A5 And then you start getting this like ringing guitar in the background. You can just hit the chords and play that over and over again. So let me actually just do the chords first. So we got E5, D over F sharp, G5, A, G, add 9, A, 5, D. Okay, so that's the pre-chorus, and then it repeats E5, D over F sharp, G, anticipating the beat, A5, G5, A5, and then we're into the chorus. So you have that little build at the end. Now, this part's optional. You can throw in these added notes. I could kind of hear in the background some extra notes in between the chords, just filling in the space, and some really cool ringing, especially this 3 to 6 on strings 2 and 3. Probably I would use my ring finger. Bit of a stretch, right? It doesn't sound as cool if you just do it on the same string, but getting that ring there, okay? So let me add in some of these like ringy notes. And then we're at the chorus. Okay, so that stuff's optional. It's a little more advanced to do it that way, but you can just play the chords and nobody's really gonna know the difference. Just if you want a talent. Let's go to the chorus. We're anticipating the beat again, and we never hit on beat 1. What's that about? Okay, I like it. I like it. It's like they're tired of just doing the same old chords, and so they're like, man, let's change the beat up a little bit. And so it's subtle, right? And that's one of the things I love about Journey is they always manage to write fairly simple songs, but there's just enough complexity in there that if you want to dig deep and listen for those things and try and play those things, it's actually kind of tough to do. But at the same time, you can also just sit back and orally enjoy it and just listen to it for pure enjoyment. That's the balance that Journey walks. They don't go too Dream Theater, but they also don't go too simplistic pop song either. There's that fine line that they walk, and they do it beautifully. Okay, so the chorus, we're going to anticipate our D5. We got A over C sharp, just like in the verse, and then to B5. A5. Now in the second half of the chorus, I love that this chord progression, it doesn't just repeat 4 chords, it continues walking down, but now we're anticipating the beat rather than delaying it like we were. All right, so the first chord we're anticipating, then we delay, then we delay, then we delay, and now we're going to anticipate for the rest of the chord progression starting on the G5. C add 9, or you could just do a C power chord there. Okay, so again, starting from the beginning of the chorus, we got anticipate, delay, 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 anticipate, 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 right? So by saying anticipate, that means we're hitting early on the and of 4, and when I say delay, that means we're hitting late on the and of 1 of the next measure. So pretty cool. You got to kind of listen for that, but you can also look at my tablature there and check the link in the description to get the tab on my website. Okay, cool. So now we get into the guitar solo. Whew, this took a while for me to figure out. Now, I want to share with you my philosophy on learning other people's guitar solos when it gets crazy. I like to make sure I hit the finer points, the stops and the melodic notes perfectly. But anytime somebody goes really wheedly-woo fast and they're just kind of running scales, I'm more interested in achieving the effect of that sound rather than hitting all those notes exactly. So when Neil Schon goes really fast, it's kind of hard to pick out exactly what notes he's hitting, but you can kind of fake your way through those parts and then hit the main points, and it's still going to sound just like the solo. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to play every solo. You learn note for stinking note. You got to let yourself play it like you as well and kind of find that balance. Otherwise, you won't have any fun playing guitar. Or at least I don't when I do it that way. So here we go into the solo. We got... So we're in D Lydian or A major. You can think A major scale here. So we got... Right? So you're sliding to the 17, then picking, and then picking again. Now that 7th fret, that final note, you want to slide into it from below. You can experiment. You don't have to play all of that on the 2nd string. You could also play it like this. Moving the B and the A and the F sharp to the 3rd string may be more advantageous for you, so you can play with that. Okay, so then in our next little run, we've got this. All right, so there's lots of wheedly woos in here. I just basically ran down and up the B minor pentatonic scale. You can walk down there. And then here, I start doing like lots of legato. I like to do this lick whenever I need to fill in space in the pentatonic scale. So, but after that, as long as you come out with a 1.5 step bend on the 9th fret of the 3rd string with an artificial harmonic, really, you're gonna have to play with that. And then we're gonna do this little from 9 to 11, back to 9, hammer on pull off, like a trill, and then slide to the 7, and then really wide vibrato. All right, something like that. So then you're gonna walk down, and I had a hard time hearing exactly what these notes are on this walk down into the next section, because the drums are da 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 da. You're hearing that as well. So I'm gonna play this and do it with palm mute. Okay, kind of like that. We're just walking down like a B minor blues scale. And then we're gonna do this cool little like Hendrixy. So you're gonna basically hit that 5th fret on the 5th string, then slide to 9, and then double stop 7s with the index finger on the 4th and 3rd string. Okay, so, and then all the way to 16 on the 4th string, and then a major 6th interval, a minor 6th interval, to the 15th fret on the 2nd string. So all together. And then we get into this cool little bend to the 19th fret on the 2nd string. When you do a bend with your index finger, you have to be very careful to mute the string above it, technically below it. Below being like lower in pitch. Okay, so there, now I'm kind of thinking B minor pentatonic scale again. Walking down 9, 20, 19, 21, bend up and back real quick, and then resolve to 19, and then a whole step bend on 22 on the 2nd string. Okay, so that's kind of that. Let me see if I can put all of that together. I was just descending the D major scale at that point, and doing either a combination of just walking down or doing my favorite 6-note pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. High, low, mid, high, mid, low. Right? Okay, so let's see, real slow, you might go. Okay, all right. Just make it real fast. And then after the chorus, we just do this D to E chord. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Anticipating 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to E. So we do that twice after the solo, and then we go to the chorus a couple more times, and then at the ending, we're going to come back to that D to E. So D, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we go to F. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to G. To G. Back to D. 2, 3, 4, 5, to E. 2, 2. We're gonna repeat D to E and D to da 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 E da 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 da. Then we go. And that's kind of the ending, and then we'll go back to the intro. Right? And it does that several more times. And then that's the end. Okay, guys. So that is You Got the Best of Me by Journey. Brand new 2022 song. So far, both songs they've released this year, I have loved. I'm really excited for the new album to come out in July. And you better believe I'm going to be doing some more Journey as more songs get released. So let me know what you'd like to see next. Let me know if you have any questions, what you think I got right, what you think I got wrong. I know I didn't get this 100% accurate. I'd say I've got it about 85% accurate. You guys be sure and like and subscribe if you liked this. Check out my other content, and we'll do some more Journey soon. All right, see you next time.